Put the zip tie around the self adjuster here so that it doesn't spring back up when we take it off. Take the gasket off. So now for this trike kit, I wouldn't have to do all this, but since he wants the belt changed, this is why we're pulling the primary all apart. Make sure you take a look at your adjuster there. Make sure the pad's good. This one's all right. Don't lose your spacers right here on the bolts. Put them board. It's a good idea. Put your board in here, then you can loosen everything up. I think it's about 8 inches long. Now let's see if I got one of the right snap rings on here. Snap ring. There you go. That's an adjustment. We'll make that later when we put it back on. Remember, this one is reverse thread. This one is not. Yeah. My board fell in the oil. Before I take that one all the way off here, I'm going to loosen this one. Oh, I got to use my pipe. She's too tight. Put my block. Now, I ain't mistaken. All this should come off. Oh, I finished taking the air nut off. See, you should have reminded me. I forget this stuff. I think it's like a wrong size. Oh, I got too much oil on my hands. I can't get it off. There we go. Now, the other primary bolts, I think there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the starter. I think those are 1/2 inch. Oh, they're tighter than that. Okay, I gotta use a bigger ratchet. Four, 5. All that for that. I torqued these 27 foot-pounds, and there's a sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. Now, just to give you an idea here where we're at, you can see I got everything back together. When I put the inner cover on here, the torque sequence is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't remember offhand what the torque was, but it's easy to look up. I think those were only 20 some pounds or something like that. But anyway, remember this one's reverse thread. This is forward thread or standard thread. And this one goes to like 100 foot-pounds. It backs off like a half turn and it goes up to 170. And then this one's at like 100. Then I put the collar and everything back on, snap ring back in. I adjusted the clutch and I actually pulled the boot off down here. And I kind of made it like factory with just a touch of play. And then I put tensioner back in here. He's got torque to 21 to 24 foot-pounds, something like that. And I cut my zip tie off, so she's all back in. I'm gonna put her gasket back on. Use a new gasket, guys. Generally don't want to reuse this gasket, but he didn't give me a gasket, so I guess I'm gonna reuse it. We're just gonna call her new. Whoa, 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 whoa. She's licking some kind of oil. I think he's laid it over once or scraped. Bingo.